The other way is you press the right bowl, then the left bowl, and then you weld them together. When you do that, see the weld mark there? Okay? You are welding these two bowls together. The third way is you press both bowls at the same time. When you press one bowl at a time, you're getting an even, all the sides are even. When you press both bowls at the same time, you're pressing a lot. This is you can see where it's pressed, you can see how it stretches. See how that stretches? Now, with Eclipse, you're cutting off that stretch and welding them together. When you press two bowls at a time, you're stretching all that out of this center rail. Okay, so the center rail gets thinner. It also can get more, I don't want to call them dents, but little defects, little ripples, dimples, particularly right where the bottom meets the center wall, but it can be anywhere on the bottom. Just imperfections. Now, with the cheap sinks, that's normal. They'll tell you, well, that's just the way the sinks are made. You don't get that with the Eclipse premium sinks. Okay? So that's the better processes. The other thing is Eclipse is the brushing. You probably have heard of the new matte finish or the flat finish sinks. A flat finish sink is a Korean sink, not only Korean, but typically Korean. They stamp the sink and send it out. There's no finish at all on it. The brushing helps. First of all, it's standard in the American market. Most people are looking for it. With a matte finish, you scratch it, there's absolutely nothing you can do with it. I had a sink that I carried around for 3 years. And I went and I was telling one of my prospects that it's a good sink, that I could fix it. And so he took his keys out and he scratched the sink. Well, I carried the sink around, and I went back in his shop and I repaired it, and he now buys sinks for me. A year later, I'm driving around, and you won't believe this, but one of my guys forgot to order a sink. And I pulled up and he said, in my sample sink, and I said, I'm showing him the sample sink. He says, I need that sink. I said, what do you mean you need that sink? He says, I need that sink. I forgot to order one. I've got to put it in. We went in his shop, cleaned up the sink, and it's now in somebody's house. That's how good you can clean up, even though that was scratched and run around my car for 3.5 years. So that's it. Now, we're talking about matte finish. They stamp the sink and send it out. They don't do any finish on it. You can't repair it. It's a cheaper process.